All right, we are back live at the Metabolic Health Summit, and it is with great honor we're getting a chance to speak to Dr. Rick Johnson, and I am really stoked about this 2 o'clock talk today. I'm wondering if you could give us a bit of a sneak preview.
Yeah. So, yes, I'm going to be talking about a pathway that seems to be driving obesity and may be actually a major mechanism for obesity and metabolic syndrome. And basically, it's based on the idea that some animals, like hibernating bears and so forth, will become fat just at a particular time of the year so that they can protect themselves during winter by living off their fat. And by understanding what triggers the gain of fat in these animals, we were able to identify that sugar, and especially the component fructose, can activate a biologic switch that makes you store fat, become insulin resistant, and so forth. And so we've done a lot of work on this sugar, and we're going to talk about how it activates this biologic switch in people. And it turns out to have a lot of twists and surprises, because it isn't just the sugar we eat, but our bodies can make fructose. And for those of you out there who are on low-carb diets, be relieved, because the only way you can make fructose is from carbs. So if you're on a low-carb or a keto diet, you get to protect yourself from this very important pathway. But we're going to show that this fructose has a role in a lot of diseases, not just obesity, not just diabetes, but also conditions like cancer, like dementia, like behavioral disorders. And if you saw Chris Palmer's talk yesterday, this is sort of like the part 2 of that talk. So you'll learn a little bit about energy, mitochondria, how to keep the energy in your body high. We'll talk about good ways to prevent this, to prevent the effects of fructose or to avoid fructose and so forth. So I think it should be fun.
This is really exciting too, and as you alluded to, Rick, there's something people could do about it, right? Like there's a way of, if you're low carb, this is going to be a protector to some of these.
One of the things that this our work does is it actually connects most of the major hypotheses for what caused obesity together. And it also shows why certain diets work better than others. And I do think intermittent fasting and low-carb diets, keto diets, are by far the best way to target this to prevent obesity. But we'll show you that it is more than just insulin. It's more than just those things, that there's actually a bigger mechanism driving a lot of diseases.
This is really exciting. I can't wait. And I know people are going to be able to, if they're not logging on, they're also going to have a chance to ask you questions at the Metabolic Initiative in February. But I really want to give a chance for you to promote this amazing book that you released. I think it was in 2022.
Nature wants us to be fat. So this is the story of how nature actually developed a mechanism for animals to gain weight and to become insulin resistant as a survival mechanism, and how we have unwittingly activated this switch. And it turns out that it isn't just from sugar, it's from foods that either contain or make fructose. So you'll see that it's a pretty big story, and it carries over, as I mentioned, way beyond obesity to conditions like cancer, like dementia, like behavioral disorders. So high blood pressure, heart disease. So it's a big deal.
I think that is quite the big deal. So where can people learn more about you, Rick, and track down your book and all things?
So I have a website, drrichardjohnson.com. I have an Instagram, Dr. Richard J. Johnson, a link bio, and you can, and of course our book is available through all the bookstores. Nature wants us to be fat.
Incredible. Rick, I really look forward to the talk, and I really appreciate you joining us at the Metabolic Health Summit.
Thank you, man.
So much.
Thank you.